Good evening, everyone, and welcome to BSRTV, live here on YouTube on this Thursday evening. I'm Andrew Woodhouse, alongside Adam Bath and Alex Simpson, bringing you coverage of the 3 rounds of the evening from Twin Ring Motegi. Now, it's the Oval Circuit, Adam, this week. That is a bit of a change for this series.
Yeah, we've only been at an oval once so far this season, and that was at Pocono, and we can't really class that as an oval, only 3 turns and usually known as the Tricky Triangle. So this is the first proper NASCAR style oval we'll be racing at this season, and I'm sure it's going to throw up quite a few surprises, possibly even a few unknowns at the top of the order. They might have been more familiar to these oval racing tracks, so it's going to be an interesting 3 races.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to see lots of thrills and spills, I'm sure. Alex, I'll bring you in for some pre-race analysis. Quite experienced on the ovals here, and Twin Ring Motegi, it's a track that you've driven on before. Obviously not in the Kia, but what's the key here? What's the challenge?
Yeah, one of the tougher oval circuits actually. The first corner very wide open. Expect to see maybe 2 or 3 wide going on there, but the tricky turn 3 and 4, that's where it's all at. See, drivers are going to struggle with the push coming out of there. Going to find themselves in the wall very, very quickly. So watch out for carnage around that one.
Yep, 31 laps are going to be completed in race 1. Jamie Rushworth's on pole. Mike Thurnison is in second place, and then it's Andreas Katz and David Baker. Stelian Chepelevsky's 5th, Sebastian Job 6th, Ashley Blakehood 7th, Simon Field in 8th, Pete Newman 9th, and then Ellis Stevens in 10th. Adam, we've had a look at the grid lineup. Is there anyone who you're interested in seeing around this track, or anyone who you think can actually spring a surprise?
Blake Hood and Mike Thurnison, both of those guys not usually seen inside the top 10. Blake Hood's usually just outside it at most occasions, but it's good to see him inside there. Mike Thurnison, newcomer to the championship, we've only seen him here quite the last few rounds, so he's only 0.02 of a second away from Jamie Rushworth's pole position time. He could definitely be one to watch in this first race. A rolling start, of course, because we're on an oval, and it could literally go his way, because we see quite a lot of overtaking on these ovals. Wojciech Davidovich, of course, he has a back of the grid penalty after some contacts, I presume, at the team race at Alton Park. He is the championship leader going into this race meeting by 332 points over Andreas Katz. Stelian Chepelevsky is in 3rd with Jamie Rushworth in 4th. David Baker is in 5th with Alex Smolensky in 6th. John Robertson 7th, leading the AM standings. Daniel Hunt is in 8th. Simon Field in 9th. And Ellis Stevens rounds out the top 10. Those are your top 10 in the driver standings after 27 rounds.
Yeah, and still a long way in the season to go. Alex, do we remember what Wojciech got the BOG for?
I really can't remember actually. Now been asleep since then, I'm afraid.
Several times.
Forgot,
we had a week's break. So we've I'm sure someone will fill us in on that, but quite a close grid. I think driver skill is definitely going to play a big part here, and that sounds like a silly thing to say because it always does. But certain oval tracks, you tend to see the car setup being the key. Here, I think it's definitely down to the driver, and how they can preserve the tyres is going to be a big thing, Alex, as well, because it's quite a high-speed circuit.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, the main thing they're really going to struggle with is coming out of turn 3 and 4, and if they can keep the tyres working throughout the whole run, then they're going to be all right. Get good rotation off the corner. That's going to be the key for this circuit. We're going to see who's worked on the set and who hasn't, I should think, after about 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to see the rolling start very, very shortly, so don't go anywhere. That will be coming up in a couple of minutes' time. Adam, we're in Japan again. Last time we were here, we were at Suzuka. We've had some great races there. It's a unique track, Twin Ring Motegi, with a road course and an oval track. What do you like about this track so much?
Well, I like the fact that the oval corners are all different. Turns 1 and 2, very long corners, more conventional on the NASCAR circuits, and then turns 3 and 4, very tight indeed. You're going to have to be on the brakes going into that corner, and then try and slow the car down as you head through into the final corner. That's what makes it so much of a challenge, as Alex I think was mentioning earlier. So that's why I like the circuit. These
drivers are going to have to like it for 31 laps and 3 races of that as well. up here. It's been a great season so far. Alex, we're about 1/3 of the way through. What's been your take on this Pro Series so far?
Actually, I think, when you say just 1/3 of the way through and you think how many races we've already done, just remarkable, and how long we've got left to go. It's been some good highlights of the series, just the level of competition out there still, and the fact that, right now we can't squeeze the whole grid in a single camera shot right now. Week in, week out, we get awesome turnout, and it's fair to say this isn't everybody's cup of tea. With the ovals here, just as the lights are just coming on, just confounding me a little bit there. But yeah, I think just to see this level every week turning up to racing this series is just great.
Yep. Just to remind everyone at home, the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship Pro Series, sponsored by Engine Oil Direct, and Adam. This is a great series. They're vying for $10,000, and there's nothing here apart from the iRacing World Championship that offers that kind of prize money.
No, indeed, we only really see money like that in the official series, such as the Road Racing Championship and the NASCAR Peak Anti-Free Series. So it's great to see that kind of prize money being offered here in touring car racing, and these guys will certainly be vying for that tonight and for the rest of the season.
So then Rushworth on pole. The lights are off on the safety car, so it looks like we're going to get a green flag this time round. Into the long corners. The banking's not too severe here on this circuit. It's quite a relatively flat track. In comes the pace car. And now it's going to be anything but flat. Here is the BSRTC. Goes racing in the Far East. And look already at Sebastian Job making it 3 wide with David Baker and Andreas Katz. Into turn 1, it's Rushworth and then Thurnison. Katz trying to go up the inside of Baker. Baker going round and trying to sort of block Job off as well, Adam. And Thurnison's pressuring Rushworth early on.
Job to the outside of David Baker. I don't think that's going to work going in towards NASCAR turn 3, and Katz looking down the inside. He's got the number 1 in his car. Pete Newman media car, Simon Field trying to go around the outside there, and as we head off
a lot of speed there, Field.
All battle for the lead as well. Finnison and Rushworth. And Finnison on the inside, surely he will have the lead going into the first corner. This is how exciting the racing is. Only 1 lap in here of 31, and already the battle for lead is hotly contested as David Baker now tries to look down the inside of Rushworth as well.
Rushworth with the higher line. Alex, it is a track where you can run more than 1 line here, and we're going to see that throughout the race.
Yeah, certainly that turn 1, 2, you're going to see, you get to 3 wide easy, I think,
Baker.
down there. This one, not so much though, as looks like they wanted to try 3 wide. It's going to be a slow exit for Mike there as well.
So David Baker now to lead, and here comes Katz on the inside of practically all of them. We could be going 3 up here down the front straight at the end of lap number 2. Baker now has the lead, and look at Katz trying to go down the inside of Rushworth and Finnison into turn 1.
Davidovic has already made up about 5 positions. Thurnison very wide. He's going to get the momentum coming down off the corner though. Although, as we said, Adam, it's not a large hill here. It's the banking. We're going to be 4 wide maybe here. I think they're going to just think wisely. Chapelevsky up the middle. And into the corner and down on the apron. Oh, there's a crash with Chapelevsky and Thurnison.
He's on his roof, and I wouldn't be surprised if they throw a caution. This is an oval after all.
2-car crash though.
Looks like everyone's been able to get through it then, and back to the lead it is. Jamie Rushworth is Job in second, but for how much longer? Because here comes David Baker.
Thurnison's on his roof. He's actually towed back to the pits now. Chepelevsky managed to make it into pit road. We'll get a fast repair, but that won't save him. He'll be many laps down by the time he returns out. And Sebastian Job is going for the lead, Adam, on Rushworth. Baker's thinking about it too, trying to take the air off that rear wing.
Every lap so far we've had a different race leader, and it looks like we'll have another different race leader in a minute, because here comes Sebastian Job to lead his first lap of the evening, and David Baker trying to get past Jamie Rushworth to get into second. Then it's Katz in 4th place with one of the Urban Green Racing there in 5th, and then in 6th place it is the Media car. Daniel Kraft trying to go around the outside as we head off in 2 and down the back straight. I think Rushworth's going to get the run on Sebastian Joe. Joe just washed out wide there out of turn 2. And whoa, one of the cars got into the wall. I don't know which one it was. I think it might be either Rushworth or Baker. And it means that Katz is now going to try and go around the outside as we head into turn 3.
Look at the Peter Newman media cars as well. They're all 3 of them in a line. Kraft and Newman, excuse me, and Simon Field as well. 5 laps down out of the 31. And Alex, we mentioned driver skill is going to be a big determining factor here. It doesn't look like anyone's able to break away in the early going.
No, it looks like the draft's going to be pretty severe. In fact, probably more so than what we saw at Pocono, which is quite surprising. But yeah, it's pretty flat track, so there's nothing to worry about, bumps or anything like that. So setups are pretty much all equalised as Baker goes for it.
And this might be the first lap that he's led all season.
See if Rushworth can get it back. It's going to be interesting to see if any guys can get a run off the final corner and possibly lead to a photo finish later in the race. And look at this, changing lanes. Sebastian Job going from the outside to the inside, and he needs to be careful he doesn't chop at Paul Smith.
That was Rushworth changing lanes in front of Job, I think, there, Adam, more than anything. And that's Ashley Blake Hood. Not Paul Smith. I know the colours the same. I think we had this last week as well in the team race. But Blake Hood drafting his colleague now.
Giving him a push to lead.
Kraft and Job. Job's gone up, and is he going to hit the wall? I don't think so. I think he's going to rescue it, but he's going to lose position to Field. And also now is that Laidler coming through, trying it on Sebastian Job. Also Tim Mawson and Lee Thompson side by side for Apex Racing UK, Alex. Yeah,
it's actually Richard Gore. Lee's just behind them as well. So Apex all up and around in the top 15 at the moment. Probably their best showing all season. Very early days. What's going to happen?
There's a 3-second gap between the top 15 and everyone else. Wojciech Savidovic is in the second group. He's up to 22nd position. He's just managed to get past Von Glad, and now he's just behind Steve Hefford. But I doubt he's going to go any further, Adam, once he's cleared this group.
Well, it's a good position to be in anyway, because it means he's eligible for the reverse grid for races 2 and 3. But yeah, I don't know if he wants to be venturing any further.
Of the field.
Rushworth's got some good grip though. Underneath him, he's going to go round the outside of Blake Hood off of turn 2. Blake Hood trying to help out his teammate here, David Baker, and look at the run that Rushworth gets. Baker practically holding Blake Hood up now. We have Rushworth having a bit of connection issues.
Blake Hood up to the top and very nearly put Rushworth in the wall. Rushworth's gone very wide. He's going to get a great run though off that corner. But again, it's this sort of differing speeds, Alex, isn't it? It's that motorway mentality almost, like Adam said, changing lanes, coming off varying speeds from the corner. It's causing difficulties.
Yeah, sorry, that was Kraft as well going to the inside. I have to say, Blake Hood and Baker working well together. You can see that they're trying to keep the draft off of the competition, and they're even pushing each other down the straights. So just trying to hold on to that position. Don't let anybody have a little run.
If someone dies on one of them, though, that's going to ruin the two-car tango, isn't it?
And Kraft's going to the inside of Rushworth.
Yeah, and I do think if Kraft gets the opportunity to go down the inside of Blake Hood, he would, because that will break that monopoly of volatile element at the front. They also do have Paul Smith in 13th. He might be able to work his way up. Kind of about 1/3 distance here at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan.
There's a reasonably sized gap as well formed. Svidovic making his way up. He's up to 16th.
Wow, he's already got to the front of that group very quickly.
Yeah, so there's 2 huge packs out there right now. This lead one that's separated by 2.6 seconds covers the top field, but Svidovic trying to stretch his legs and see if he can close in on the pack ahead.
Yes, Smolensky then is in that pack as well, just behind Svidovic, who's the adopted Irishman, the Dubliner. And look at this craziness, Alex, for about 20th place.
Yep, it's just this is exactly what we expected, to be fair. And but Motegi's wide enough to be able to deal with that, especially in the the first corner. It does narrow down quite a bit in 3 and 4, but everybody's giving each other. Oh, there's 2 Permac cars very close together. I was about to say they're giving each other a wide berth.
I can't run Glennon, number 35. That was is that Laura Bond? Is that?
Steve
Steve Richardson. So yeah, those two battling out hard there, and Von Glan now on the inside of his teammates. They head through NASCAR 4 and on
look for the lead goes Rushworth to the inside of David Baker. Baker trying to go around the outside. Sorry, I don't go.
So those tactics for
he's got cutback.
They haven't worked, but he's going to get the cutback on the exit, and Simon Fields could now be having a run on the outside in his Pete Newman media car. It's all going to be about who has the best run into turn 3. Baker's lunging down the inside once again, hard on the brakes. Rushworth going to try and maintain his line.
Got in contact with, very, very close. Blake Hood making contact with Daniel Kraft.
And now Kraft is getting practically shoved by Blake Hood as we went across the line there.
This is frantic action, this, Alex. It's not often you see a cutback work on an oval, is it?
No, not at all. It just goes to show, actually, that it's a little bit more of a driver's track than what we had at Pocono, because that really was just going for it everywhere.
Rushworth disappearing there. Bit of connection issue.
I'm going to try the inside this time.
It's nothing worse than dodgy broadband, Adam, at a time like this.
Yeah, you don't know where he is, and nowhere more do you need to know where a driver is on an oval circuit, especially with the spotter as they head off a turn 4. Andreas Katz trying to use the slipstream of Simon Fields, who now cuts back to the outside line to get the slipstream off Jamie Rushworth. Katz and Job on the inside, they're trying to get this inside line to work as they head through turn 1 and 2. Jamie Rushworth now going to the inside line so he can get the best speed on the exit. Is he? I think he's going to go for it on the outside this time, or he's going to cut back down again. He needs to be so careful that he doesn't just clip the rear of David Baker as he's now going through.
Yeah, the margins are so small, and when you're travelling at 150 miles an hour like these guys are, you've really got to be careful. You've got to be precise. You've also got to be careful that you don't understeer up the track into your competition. Alex, is the tyres going to be an issue here, because we're at half distance now? Is this going to be a case of who's managed to look after the rubber as well?
Yeah, I mean, it is only partly cloudy out there, so temperatures will be quite high, so it can burn it up. But that said, the ambient temperature is pretty low. Looking at track temperature now, 35 degrees, so it's not too bad. They're probably going to last all right, for this run.
Ellis Stevens up to P8, Adam. He's worked his way up nicely. He was 10th on the grid, but he did get shuffled to the back of this pack, I believe, at the start. Working his way up well. Blake Hood's also down to 7th, but surely he's got the pace to carry on and get back up there. Looks like they're dropping off Richard Gore, Lee Thompson, and Paul Smith. There's about a second between those two packs now.
Yeah, that pack's been growing ever bigger since the start of the race, and I think we're starting to see the cream rising to the top now, because Jamie Rushworth and David Baker have been battling the entire race, but Katz could be adding to the party now. 3 wide into turn 3. Katz gets out of it sensibly, and that's going to allow Sebastian Job to try and go through the middle as they're 3 wide with Simon Field on the outside as they now head off for turn 4. This is probably one of the most manic times we've seen it so far in this race. Ashley Blake Hood just watching back there, waiting for some incident to happen, as Katz is now going to try and go down the inside again into turn 1.
Some of the most manic racing we've ever seen in the British Touring Car Championship. And Rushworth going round the outside. Is he going to make some momentous move stick on David Baker? He's going to get a nice run, but he's not going to. He might draw level with the volatile element car here. I don't think he can get into the lead. Might be able to get second, but he's under severe pressure, and Katz going to the inside line as well. Job into the middle. 3 wide. Rushworth still, Alex's point there, coming true. Rushworth was the highest car in a 3 wide situation. He was still in the middle of the road. So Motegi such a wide circuit, and look at another 3 wide with Andreas Katz this time.
And Job going to try and make it work through the middle. That could work, and that's now going to mean that Rushworth might be shoved down to 4th place now, and he has. Katz is now through into 3rd, and Daniel Crofts could be trying to get past Rushworth as well into turn 3. Now it's the turn of Sebastian Job, or is it Andreas Katz to try and get past David Baker? Katz needs to be so careful that he doesn't just slide up into the Apex Racing TV car, and that's the kind of risk that you play, hanging it around the outside.
Wojciech Savidovic is catching this group at 0.3 of a second per lap. He might still have a say in this at the end. It's going to be very difficult for him to catch up, but he might be able to gain some positions. He might even be able to worry into the top 10 here.
Yeah, what is he, 2 seconds behind Tim Lawson at the moment in 15th place, so...
Lapping a lot quicker.
So there was someone just run up in the wall, but yeah, so it's Tim, Paul and Lee Thompson. They're all pretty close. They've got Richard Gore just ahead of them as well. So looks like those guys are happy just to stay out of trouble. I think it's pretty dicey up front, and we know all those guys, you know, they want to mix it, but they need to finish.
It looks like something's happened. There was a crash. I don't know if you can find it, Alex, on the replay. It was a crash for Smolensky and Plumley, I believe. If you can find that on the last lap. That pack was exceedingly close, and it's actually been ripped apart now thanks to that. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I've just having a little look at it now. Oh, they're pretty close. That you can surely. Everything looks fine. I haven't really seen any issues here. Oh no, yeah, no, I've seen it now. Yeah, big side. So.
Ball wide! Ball wide!
Joe's going for it, and I think Katz is going to be close.
That was brave from Dave Baker on the brakes, wasn't it?
We're still watching the replay, so we're going to see that come up in a second.
Job and Katz, massive!
Huge.
Massive accident!
You're spoiling it for everybody. We're not there yet. I'm just going to stay with it. We're about 60 seconds behind as we were watching that replay.
Spoiler alert, everyone died. It was just Job and Katz that died, unfortunately, there.
Oh, someone's on their roof. Let me just find out who it was. It was one of the... It's crazy. 9 laps to go. Sebastian Joe has gone back to the pits. One of the GTO Mega Cars, I think, was involved.
Everyone said sod the sensibility. We're going to go for the last 10 laps, and now it's just Baker and Rushworth, and they might be able to actually break away here if they can maybe work together for a few laps and then fight it out. Who knows? Wojciech Savidovic up to 13th, but he did lose quite a bit of time avoiding the accident, I guess.
Yeah, we're just watching this now, and yeah, they just sucked up into each other there, haven't they? Oh, and unfortunately, it took one of the other Apex cars out as well, so...
Richard Gore, I believe.
Bit of disaster there, so yeah, what was their best week? Oh, and there's a lot of stuff post that as well. Seb just couldn't get his car off, totally demolished. Yeah. I thought they got through that safely. It looked like they were okay. I was like, what are you guys worried about? They settled back down to 2 wide each, and yeah, unfortunately they just seemed to sort of get morphed into one another there, so there was some weird sort of netcode hit there, but yeah.
They survived the 4 wide action and then came a cropper there.
Ashley Blakehood on the move now, and so is Jamie Rushworth.
2 Power Max cars making overtakes at the same time. We've got Laura Bond taking 6th place from Russell Laidler there. That's a good run for Laura. She started 13th.
No, Rushworth's round. Rushworth's in the wall. And
everyone avoids him.
I was just about to say that's the first time that Baker. I was about to say that was the first time that Baker's been on the outside line, and we saw the consequences of what happens when Baker's on the outside.
Did Baker go up the track a bit? Come down?
I think Rushworth went up the track a bit into David Baker. We'll see what Alex thinks on the replay, but I think it was Rushworth going up into Baker. I think that's just as a result of.
Yeah,
that's as a result of them being on different lines.
They clipped through each other as well.
Yeah,
but
it's
it was
very similar to what happened to Seb and Katz actually, where they just sort of morphed into each other a little bit and sent them in. But yeah, I have to say, Jamie coming up just a little bit quicker. Looks like Baker had a slightly better run and was able to keep it down, keep Jamie pinched down, and yeah, just typical oval accident, I think, there, unfortunately, for Rushworth coming off way worse.
That's left. That's
we've now gone down to 4 cars now. 4 cars left out of this pack that was about a dozen cars a few laps ago, and now it's between David Baker, Ashley Blakehood, Daniel Kraft, and in 4th place it is 1 Power Max car of Ellis Stevens, who's slowly been working his way up through the pack. It's Blakehood versus Kraft off of turn 2 though.
Stevens could still take the win here. I wouldn't bet against that, because he's come up very quickly. Savidovic, 12th place, 6.6 seconds off the lead. Only 1.1 seconds behind Pete Newman though, so that's his target. Smith running with... in fact, he's already there. He's not 1.1 seconds behind that, is he?
No,
It
it's
is
right
some
in that.
contact, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say I heard something. Yeah, I think there might have been someone rubbing up against the walls. Everything looks good.
I have to say that David Baker has this all under control, really.
Blake Hood's blinking now, Adam. Sorry.
Oh, Pete Newman gets very close to Tim Mawson. I think that might have been there, and just about gets it down, but he's pushing out wide. Svidovic is on the outside, has to duck back in as well. So great battle going on further back as well.
Blake Hood to the inside, Adam, on Daniel Craft. For second place.
Yes, he is, and we're coming off a turn 2 now to start lap number 29. So, if my maths are correct, 3 laps to go in this wild first race of the evening. Stevens going for it.
Stevens is going to try and take both of them.
Oh, be careful, Ellis. That's not. Look how close they are.
Brilliant driving.
Blake Hood. Oh no, it's going to win like that, and they're net coding.
No, he's not. He's all right.
The power of netcode, I think, has saved Ashley Blake Hood there, because he was going through him, and then it just seemed to work out for him in the end. Otherwise, I think he would have been heading towards the concrete wall. Either way, it means that David Baker has now got quite a bit of an advantage now up front.
Well, Alex, that's the one of the benefits of dodgy broadband, I guess.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen too much of that for quite some time. I mean, we're almost getting close to R-factor levels are morphing into each other here. What's that all about?
I must admit, this series has been excellent for connectivity, for netcode, things like that. It seems to be pretty much spot on most of the time. Rushworth's like a lap down now, but he's got fresh tyres. So, yeah, he's still in the lead lap. It's still 1 lap down though. So he's still going to score points. As his Cats, as his right, Gore, Chepelevsky.
Gerald and Laidler having a little battle between themselves as well, just exchanging positions, and Field gets a little bit squirrely into turn 3 there as well.
Here we go then, about to start the final lap of this race, lap 31, and it's David Baker still out front. Ellis Stevens was getting close to him, but I think he's just a bit too far behind to get anything done. We'll see how close the Power Max car can get off of turn 2.
I think it'll be a huge upset, Alex, if Stevens manages to pull this one out on the last lap, because he hasn't really been at the front for most of it.
Yeah, I think he's just a little bit too far back. He will get a bit of draft, but he's going to have to throw it in there. It's more likely Kraft is going to try and get it, but Stevens does have a little look. But yeah, no, he's just way too far back to do anything.
And for the first time this season in the Pro Series, checkered flag flies for David Baker. The former champion takes his first win in the first race that he's actually led all season.
Ellis Stevens, great job from him, 10th to 2nd, same for Kraft, 11th to 3rd. Ashley Blake Hood ends up finishing 4th. He did have a chance of getting the lead, however that little scare with a few laps to go meant he's now down in 4th. Laura Bond in 5th, Russell Laidler 6th. Wojciech Svidovic though, 8th place from last on the grid, 34. Fantastic job from him.
Very good driving.
I thought he was going to be relying on the reverse grid, but that is a fantastic job from him. Paul Smith 9th, Tim Mawson in 10th, Pete Newman 11th, Lee Thompson in 12th, 13th Steve Hefford, 14th Steve Walker, 15th Eckhart von Glan, 16th Linus Bostrom, 17th Stanimir Zuzov, 18th Stephen Burke, 19th Steve Richardson, 20th Scott Malcolm, 21st Robert Plumley, 22nd John Roberts, 23rd Colin Steele, 24th Alex Malensky, and 25th is Dan Blake with Andrew Whitehead in 26th. But some big names involved in some big collisions in race 1, Andrew.
Indeed, and none of them, Alex, the championship contenders, will be eligible for the reverse grid. Sorry, so Rushworth, Chepelevsky, Katz, Job, and Thurnison, who had a very fast car as well. They will all have to start right at the back.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough evening for them. They're going to just have to try and get into a reasonable position, a bit like Wojciech did that last race. This next one,
I mean, if your dice there, mate, if that goes well for Svidovic, he could start as high as 8th place.
Yeah, exactly. So he could be in a really, really strong position. But yeah, that's basically what they need to do in the next one, and they might be able to get a couple of good results from tonight. But yeah,
just heard that Tim Mawson's going to retire hurt from these races. His wrists have gone, I think. So I don't know what that's happened. I don't know where that's happened, but 10th place finish, he's not going to be able to convert that into any more points this evening.
Yeah, that's a shame for Tim. He was saying
for Apex too.
Yeah, absolutely. He was saying that in the practice sessions earlier on, that they were playing up a little bit. So it does put a lot of pressure on your wrist, the oval racing, and if it's a problem, then it can just become a whole lot worse very quickly. Anyway, I've got my
real life and sim racing drivers actually
Yeah.
have to deal with.
got my magic dice up, so I'm ready to
Yep.
to do my rolls.
So let's have a look at the cars that are eligible. Eckhart von Glan 15th, Bostrom 16th, Stanislav Zuzov 17th, Burke 18th, Richardson 19th, 20th Scott Malcolm, 21st Plumley, 22nd Roberts, 23rd Steele, 24th Smolenski, 25th Blake, and Whitehead 26th. So who's on pole?
So first one up is 23, followed by 18. 18 again, but pole position's going to go to 19th.
Steve Richardson for Power Max will go on to pole position with Stephen Burke alongside him, Zuzov 3rd, Bostrom 4th, and Von Glan in 5th. However, with the rate of position changes, really the grid doesn't really count for much, does it, Andrew?
I mean, it does and it doesn't, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, Savidovic managed to fight his way through. It's one of those things. These cars aren't massively downforce dependent. You are going to be able to get through a lot quicker than in certain formulas. So, like for instance, Alex, the Indy car, quite difficult to overtake, isn't it? On you're following closely.
Yeah, this circuit really is for the IndyCar is all about being aero limited. So one thing the Kias aren't going to have to worry about.
No, indeed, and we will see you very, very shortly for the second race of the day. But it's victory for David Baker in race 1. We'll see you very, very shortly here on YouTube.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race. So you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com. Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back to BSRTV. We're live here on YouTube for the Engine All Direct Pro Series. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath, and Alex Simpson joining you from the Oval at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. Adam, David Baker, the former series champion, he took his first win of the season, and it was in fine style.
Yeah, I didn't really expect him to get that first win in race one at Twin Ring Motegi, to be honest with you. However, he did a fantastic job. Wasn't on the pole position, wasn't on the front row, but he still was able to work his way through and avoid all the craziness that unfolded throughout the entire race. I think the two cars that started on the front row, Rushworth and Finneson, ended up being involved in incidents during the race, and the likes of Blake Hood and Sebastian Job also got involved. So be interesting to see if those guys try to keep their noses clean through this race. They now know what could happen to them. And yeah, fantastic job from David Baker. And he showed how consistent he was back in his championship year, and he's been consistent this season, but just hasn't taken a win. So good to see that he's finally checked that off his list.
Yeah, he's been wanting to do that for a while, I think. Alex Simpson, World Championship driver, I'll bring you in here. Overcast conditions now, or race 2, and this is going to increase the speed a lot. Will this spread the pack out a little bit, or will that actually mean that there's even more slipstreaming and drafting?
Well, I think, certainly after maybe the second or third lap, once the tyres are all up to pressure and everything else like that, I think the racing's going to be a little bit harder, a lot more grip out there in the corners, so we'll definitely see people going for late moves. So I think this will be a very interesting race. I just need to hope that everybody can just keep it pointing forward for the first couple of laps. That's going to be the all-important thing, because those rears are going to take quite a while just to get up to pressure, and they're going to drift into this turn 1, turn 2 for a couple of laps, I think.
Yeah, we've seen how difficult the Kia is in these conditions. In the high-speed stuff for many, many seasons on BSRTC, Adam, they're going about half a second quicker, actually, than they were in qualifying for the first race. Wojciech Savinovic is top of the practice. He had a really good surge in race 1 from up the back of the grid to 8th position. He's starting, I think it's 11th here. He's got a great chance to win, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think we just saw how quick he was in that first race to go from 34th on the grid up into 8th. Of course, a few incidents did happen that did go his way, but starting 11th, I'm sure he'll be in that front pack during the race. Possibly could even get a win, because we saw Daniel Kraft started 11th. He was only half a second away from the race winner David Baker in the end.
Yeah, Savinovic made up a hell of a lot of time as well. Well, let's take us through the first part of the grid, Adam, if you can.
Yes, on the pole position then for the second race of the evening, it is Steve Richardson with Stephen Burke alongside him. Stanimir Zuzov is in third with Linus Boström in fourth. Eckhard von Glan, he is in fifth with Steve Walker sixth. Steve Hefford is in seventh, and in eighth it is Lee Thompson. Ninth, Pete Newman. 10th, Tim Mawson. 11th place it is Paul Smith with Wojciech Savinovic in 12th. Simon Field 13th, Russell Layla 14th. Roy Bond is in 15th place with Ashley Blake Hood in 16th. 17th it is Daniel Crafts. 18th Ellis Stevens, and then in 19th it is David Baker. 20th Scott Malcolm. And then you have to look all the way down to the back of the pack where you'll find Jamie Rushworth, Stelian Shepelevsky, Andreas Katz, Sebastian Job, and Mike Finnerson, who started second.
Yeah, indeed. Everyone 10th or below will move up a little bit, because Tim Mawson's withdrawn through injury here, so everyone else will move up a little bit now. In the Teams Championship, Alex, it's been a very good season so far for Engine All Direct, and they're looking to continue that here today, but it's only really Savinovic that's been anywhere near the front so far.
Yeah, sorry, just seeing a lot of carnage going on out there at the moment. I think this is going to be a very, very tasty race. But yeah, I mean, every race they've been really, really strong, and like I said, they were only the fourth best team that last one. So still decent enough points to keep their lead, but they're going to need to pick that up. I think this next race, if they're going to if they have a bit of a mid-season slump, they'll soon be caught up.
We've mentioned that Pete Newman Media need to step it up as well, and as we see two Laser Tools cars crashing into each other again. Pete Newman Media, it's a bit of an enigma, isn't it, Alex? They're usually so good and so consistently strong. Haven't quite been able to get that balance, have they, between getting a race-winning car and getting consistent finishes?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, it's sort of hot or cold, I think, for them this season. They're either really good or been really poor. So, yeah, we'll have to see how they go this one. But cars are in a reasonably good position. I think if they can avoid anything that goes off in the first couple of laps, they should be okay. Yeah,
indeed. And everyone's starting in the pit lane now. We're going to come out of the pits. We're going to do this 3/4 of a lap here at Motegi, and then the green light will be on. Which, of course, as you know, I always like that. Steve Richardson on the pole. Alex has won one race in the series previously. They take another one here. The Power Max team had a good car, didn't they, in race 1?
I think it's going to be very difficult for Steve, if I'm honest. There's a lot of quick cars just behind him. Didn't quite have the pace of his teammate Ellis in that last race, but you never know what might go on. There's only got to be a little accident or something like that behind. It could really spice it up a bit.
Our commentator having some problems with his connection there, Alex, so we'll have to take this one for now. So who is your actual money on then? If you were to have some imaginary coin to place on this sporting event.
Yeah, I actually think Wojciech's got a pretty decent shout from where he is, right in the middle there, of sort of the top 20. Yeah, some of the other drivers just think they would really give a challenge, just they're going to be a little bit far out of it, so I am actually going to go for our championship leader.
I don't think anyone else. Yeah, it was predictable, but at least you gave a reason why. I think he was the fastest man on the track in race 1, so if he gets a clean start, and that's easier said than done as well, then we could be in for a really, really good race from Speedovic. So Richardson, Burke, Zuzov, Brostrom, Von Glan, the top 5, then Walker, Hefford, Thompson, Newman, Smith, Speedovic, Field, Laidler, Bond and Blake Hood. That's your top 15. Kraft 16th, Baker, Stephen 17th, Baker 18th, and then 23rd Smolensky, 26th Rushwood, 27th Chepelevsky, 29th Katz, 31st Job, and 33rd and last is Thurnison. As we're just about ready now, as the pace car ready to pull into pit lane here on the Twin Ring Motegi circuit. And release these 33 Kia Optimas as the green light comes on now. Green, green, green. And Richardson got a belting start.
Yeah, great start. He's going to be well clear going into turn 1. It's more for the battle for second place as they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, they know they decide better off it. Through turn 1, everybody looks like they're okay. That pace lap just enough to maybe warm up those rear tyres a little bit. There's a couple of cars down there on the apron as well. So, but everything looks good so far as I can see.
Good start from Brostrom, number 91 for Volatile Element. We saw them having a really good race.
Unfortunately, I haven't got Vince's livery there, so apologies for that one we've missed this week.
And I think he's Volatile Element anyway, I believe. As Steve Walker, look, we haven't seen him all day. He's actually going up into 3rd and past Brostrom.
Brostrom is actually showing his engine oils direct, but
Sorry,
again,
apologies, I think you're correct there.
Yeah, I haven't got an update on the data, so there could be a couple of little mix-ups actually out there today.
Oh, Walker looking very low at the bottom and nearly
was really low.
Nearly hitting Stephen Burke. Oh no, Newman's gone off. He's hit the wall, and I think he's survived it. He's going to be in serious trouble here. He's 4 or 5 wide nearly, as trying to avoid Pete Newman.
Yeah, he's just getting absolutely swamped there. So, like you say,
all
just
the way to the back.
Just hit the wall hard there. Looks like he's got some damage as well because he's still dropping back now. Got Richard Gore coming up on him right now, and there's some smoke ahead, so something else must be going on out there right now as well.
Oh, they're 4 wide in the middle, Alex, with Zuzov on Glan, Vidovic. Oh, Walker around the outside of Brostrom, and Eckhart von Glan on the inside line, up into 3rd. Von Glan. Adam Bath joins us now. Adam, welcome back. Craziness going on out here to the inside Brostrom.
Yeah, fantastic job from Bostrom there, but I think he's not going to have the run on the entry to the corner. He might have a good run on the exit as Eckhart von Glan now trying to get past Steve Walker on the exit of turn 2, and I think it's Ashley Blake Hood blinking away as well as we head down the back straight. So yeah, all hotly contested at the beginning. Stanimir Zuzov now going to try to go down the inside of Bostrom.
Zuzov's under pressure from Hefford. Savidovic, look at him boxed in there. It's like the last lap of an 800-metre race. He can't get off the inside line to try and make any headway, try and make his sprint for the finish. But we're not quite at the finish yet. 5 laps out of 31.
And interestingly, all the time they're fighting here, Steve Richardson pulling away. He's pretty much cleared the draft now, I would think. So although those guys have a good corner through turn 1 and turn 2, and just reeling back in a couple of tenths there.
Yep, but this might change when they start going side by side again. Absolute dream start for Richardson, and not maybe almost a nightmare for Savidovic as he nearly went into Stephen Burke.
It means that Savidovic will get second then, and
he will, but can he keep it, Adam?
And Burke's right in his wheel tracks, trying to pick up as much of a slipstream as he can off him into turn 1, but he gets out of it, and I'm expecting to see...
Beautiful line from Walker.
Yeah,
look.
Walker zoom around the outside, and he could possibly get Savidovic as well with the rate of speed he's going at, possibly. Maybe not.
Maybe not, but he's not going to be far away by the time they turn into... Oh, gone! There's a crash in the midfield.
Yes, Hefford.
Hefford and I'm not sure who.
Burke is going to get up into Walker nearly. Yeah, they nearly come to blows there as they head off a NASCAR turn 4, and that's going to allow the number 50
Walker's
car.
hit the wall. Not sure he was looking where he was going there. He just crashed into the wall.
Von Glant now trying to get in the mix, trying to get past Burke into turn 1, and
Eckhart Von Glant looking really good here. Good to see him up there. Savidovic, look, Alex, he's nearly reeled in Richardson already. He's so quick, Savidovic.
Yeah.
And I can hear someone hitting the wall there. I think it was Field, actually. Oh, and Laidler's got... I thought if Laidler's got damage, Adam.
Oh, there's something big time going on further back as well. I'm not sure who that is. Jamie Rushworth's in and around it. I'm not sure it all stemmed from him, but they're 4 wide coming out of turn 4 there as well. But
I don't think anyone's...
somehow everyone got through it okay.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone's crashed yet. So I think they got through it. Savinovic's already into the lead, by the way. Did not take long at all. Dave Richardson, who's actually got very good pace in this race, just an easy target for Savinovic.
Walker trying to get a run on him now as well.
If I was everyone, I'd be copying Savinovic's line.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what Savidovic has basically done is drawn that whole pack back onto Steve, so now he's under that much more pressure, and of course he's only in second place as well.
Looks like Rushworth leads that second group, about 2 seconds behind this first pack. Richardson around the outside of Walker. On Glantz pressuring as well. 2 Power Max cars going to work together now. They should bump draft really. Like this 2-car tango that worked well for Baker and Blake Hood in race 1.
Walker down the inside then of Richardson, but I don't think he's going to get the speed. But then again, Richardson does not get a pretty poor exit. I was expecting him to get a better one, and that's going to allow Von Glant to try and get second place. However, Savidovic just running away with this second race. In the background though, who's that going 3 wide? It's Bostrom, Baker.
Oh sorry, that's further back. There were two lots of 3 wide going on, weren't they?
Simon Field, Ashley Blakehood and Linus Bostrom, and off of turn 2 it is going to be Simon Field with the position, or is it? Because Blakehood's got a great run on the outside as we head into turn 3.
On Glant's car, Alex, is outstanding in the middle of the corner. Really getting some speed there. He just can't quite set up the pass.
Yeah, the Power Max car actually looks very good, and they were very quick at Pocono as well, weren't they? Seemed to.
Oh, now Walker's leaving the door open, Tony.
Yeah, they get the oval sets dialed in really nicely on this Kia Optima.
And you were just saying about Power Max, Alex. Look at them swamping Steve Walker.
Yeah, you have to think Steve is only so long he's going to be able to keep putting up a fight. 1.3 seconds, they've already lost to Savidovic, so they just couldn't keep up with him.
Oh, Steve Burke! What a dive bomb almost through. I don't use that word very often, but that was, and it worked really well for him.
Look at this pack, that's insane.
Yeah, we've almost got 2 trains now. This is what the this is the answer to the question, Alex, that I asked you before the race. Is this overcast condition going to make the racing closer? I think we have our answer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just looking down the order right now. The top 18 are covered by less than 5 seconds at the moment, and that includes a 1.7 gap to our leader.
Davidovic is 6 tenths quicker. Oh,
Burke and Baker.
Field. And it's hit Field. It's his teammate. Oh, and one of the oven gleam cars has smashed him as well.
Another crash. Power Max car involved, huge on its roof. That's Baker involved. And who is the other Power Max car? That is Ellis Stevens. Yes, it is. So Ellis Stevens and David Baker involved. David Baker, another incident he's been involved in 2 races. No safety car though, so it looks like we'll all be underway okay.
The
battle for
safety
seconds
car,
on.
the safety car is disabled. Apparently.
Okay.
There will be no cautions tonight, boys.
Into NASCAR turn 3 then. Eckhart von Glan still in second place. Richardson slowly losing touch with his teammate because here comes Walker and here comes Sebastian Jobe. Sebastian Jobe being involved in contact in race 1. He's had to spend this entire first half of this race working his way through the pack, and look how close he was to that wall there. I would have been surprised if he was touching it round the outside. That is a fantastic line from Jobe, and it's going to leave Walker pinned down on the inside line as we head off of turn 2.
Walker's
and
got a
Czepelewski getting involved as well.
Walker's got nice traction off the corner though.
Oh,
And
Czepelewski just changes his lane very, very quickly there.
Oh, and Walker just ran into the Power Max car there.
Yeah, that low line there just completely checked up and stalled all of a sudden going into turns 3 and 4 there. Jobe was able to get a great run now. He's behind Von Glan, using that slipstream, ducks out. He's going to have a look into turn 1.
And we know that Seb's going to go for it if he sees the chance. I was just going to say how great a race is Eckhart von Glan doing. I mean, this is by far the best race we've ever seen from him in BSRTC.
Good job from him, and he's still battling with Jobe and his teammates as we head up for turn 2. Walker hits the wall, and Sebastian Jobe under pressure all of a sudden from Brett von Glan. I wouldn't be surprised if Jobe might have hit the wall or something either.
Czepelewski,
Wow.
It's always so risky doing that, but you're never really going to get a good exit, are you, Alex? If you're going that low and that hard.
That's the problem.
And
Adam's cringing at how close they're getting to the walls out there.
oh,
right
Cheppy on the inside. He's done it, you know, on Richardson.
See, that is a corner that you can dive in late. It's so long and so wide. That's a big one.
Gigantic.
By von Glan.
Oh, and Bacon clips through the car. I'll tell you what, David Bacon was so lucky there because he clipped through one of the crashing cars.
That was so quick, that incident. I couldn't work out who the other car was that it got involved with. It was von Glan, was it?
Walker.
And Walker. So.
Oh, I've just commentators cursed both of them. I think von
Unbelievable.
Glan was.
Well, it wasn't as bad as our one on Jerome Kaiser a few weeks ago, Alex.
No, not at all.
I tell you what, Savidovic must be the happiest man in the world that safety cars aren't enabled here.
Yeah, absolutely, because he'd have had his lead cut quite severely there, but yeah, as it is, the top 3 now, pretty tasty drivers, and I don't expect that gap will change too much. Jobe and Czepelewski having a little battle. They've got Laidler for company. Jamie Rushworth just a little bit too far back, but he might get some draft as well.
Oh, look at Job going through on Czepelewski.
A bit of battle going on for 8th place between Zuzov, Paul Smith, Mike Finnison working his way up from the back of the grid as well.
Laura Bond in there, Blake Hood just behind them. We've got 14 laps to go.
Pete Newman and John Roberts very close as well, side by side. They've got Rob Plumley for a bit of company.
Field, he's got a fresh car helping out his teammate there. He's a lap down, of course, after that big incident. But Pete Newman, smoke! I see smoke, but it looks like
that was from Roberts. He managed to, I think he just went in a little bit hot there, got a little bit squirrely in the corner, managed to bring that back, but he's got a pretty poor run out of there, and the Pete Newman media cars trying to push themselves into that position.
Field's 2 laps down, Adam, so he won't score. Unless he can unlap himself from Savidovic, which he's not going to do. Czepelewski and Job bump drafting. Job just punting Czepelewski at the bump. And Laidler, he's still watching there. He started 13th. Job started 31st. Czepelewski 27th. These 2 guys have really got it hooked up in this second race from Twin Ring Motegi. It's the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship.
So while this battle for
Smith.
Yeah, that battle for second is heating up. The battle for in the lower half of the top 10 is heating up immensely between Smith and Zuzov going side by side. Andreas Katz, another car working his way up from the back of the grid, along with Jamie Rushworth and Sebastian Jobe. He's in 10th place as well, and he's got a good run as we head down the back straight. And Zuzov cuts to the inside line to try and get a run into turn 3, which I don't think he's going to do. And Katz arrives with a full head of steam, and there's nowhere to go.
He nearly hit Smith, and yeah, That's got potential to end in tears, Alex, I reckon. This battle here.
Yeah, I've been watching it on and off actually for a little while. And they've been battling hard, but actually they are giving each other the room they needed and trying to be a little bit careful out there.
Cat's picking his way through now into 9th place. Zuzov's ended up going down to 10th and could be in 11th with Laura Bonsice again in the action as well. Zuzov practically pushing Katz down the straight, and in fact he wants a way through. He's going through down the inside into turn 3, but Katz has got the better line surely, and he holds on to his 8th place, and that now means that Bostrom could have a run on the outside.
Zuzov really had to slow there as he hammered on the brakes to avoid the German Andreas Katz.
Katz is very quick in that corner. We saw that just a lap previous as well. The amount of pace that he carries in, he had to check up big time to avoid hitting Smith that lap. So
look at the battle for second, mate. As well, into the wall goes Laidler,
and he stuck to the wall. He took a long time for him to get off it. And I wouldn't be surprised. These gear optics are made of strong stuff. I've been in the roofs all week, so that would have been a race ender collision there. But I think Laidler's just being able to hold on in his car. Joe runs a bit wide through turn 4.
Depends which side, depends which end of the rough you hit.
Pretty much, yeah.
I reckon. The old Alex, the old hit in the front and the engine blows up in the back thing.
Yeah,
or the other way around.
Yeah, that always gets me. I tell you.
Davidovich leads by 5 seconds in a race which, by rights, probably should have had 2 safety cars.
Job in the wall, and that's going to allow Chepelevsky to close in.
Can't have hit it very hard, but it's, I tell you, it's hard enough for Stelly and Chepelevsky to get a little run.
Yeah, 5-second lead by Davidovich, lapping 2/10 of a second quicker than the likes of Job and Chepelevsky now. He's just probably conserving his lead, conserving the tyres, even though he won't get a caution. He still wants to make sure he gets to the end of the race in one piece. 5.4 seconds to gap as Chepelevsky not close enough to mount a challenge this time around. What's going on behind? Finneson, Laidler. Laidler's now lost a place.
How was Mike got up from 33rd to P4? That's a great effort as well.
Fastest in practice, he was second fastest in qualifying by 0.02 of a second, and I think that shows that he's probably got the same pace as Davidovich. In fact, he's only 1/10 of a second slower than the season 6 champion. So if he gets a good starting spot in race 3, he's definitely going to be one to watch, as Chepelevsky's now got the move done.
Sorry guys, there's I think they've managed to survive it, but that was Rob Plumley, John Roberts, Colin Steele, all around there, still very, very close.
It's still crazy.
Power Max car as well on the inside, but sorry, Nastjanovsky. Oh no, there is a Power Max car there, but
Ellis,
he's a lap down.
He's a lap down, 2 laps down. But currently not even scoring any points. Richardson, Stevens, Field, Walker, Hefford and Von Glad. The ones just hanging on for points, Baker, Burke, Malcolm and Thompson.
Joe back past Chepelevsky, didn't take him long, and Finneson has come to join the party as well. 34th on the grid. 33rd on the grid, and now he's battling for second place. What a fantastic job from him. Chepelevsky and Joe practically right on each other's tail there as we head through NASCAR turn 1 and through turn 2 onto the back straight. Finneson, I'm sure if he's got enough time to get into second place, and Chepelevsky's going to be under pressure as Joe hits the wall again as we head down the back straight. He's just kissing it every lap now, and Finneson looking for a way to go as we're going to go 3 wide into turn 3.
We have seen, as Job makes a contact with Finneson there. Alex, we have seen that Job has used his tyres quite aggressively in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he's had to come through quickly as well. I mean, Mike's car looks very, very planted. All these guys actually have had to come up through the back from the back, so...
Finneson round the outside, that was nice.
Yeah, great move. That car is very, very hooked up at the moment.
Job now has got the slipstream on Chepelevsky, but he can't really do anything about him at the moment.
They're coming up on some lap traffic now, coming up on a Power Max car of Steve Richardson, who sensibly gets out of the way as Finneson dives for the inside line. Jack gives Job the outside, but it's hard to get that outside line to work through turn 3 and 4.
Richardson, of course,
making a bit of a mistake as well, just behind this pack. He just lost 2 places there. Just kissed the apex,
kissed the wall again, actually.
So yeah, just kissed the apron, and that's really what did it. As we jump back to the battle for second place.
Richardson, of course, Adam was ahead of this lot.
Yeah, started on pole position as well, so it doesn't help if you're on pole position, it looks like, in these 2 races. Jamie Rushworth was on pole in race 1, got involved in a lot of contact. It all seems to be happening to the Power Max cars as Finneson swoops to the inside line and gets that second place back from Chepelevsky, and it almost looks like a repeat from a lap ago. And these guys aren't doing themselves any favours, because here comes Andreas Katz and Daniel Kraft.
Beautiful work by Mike there, trying to get round, and he made that one stick pretty nicely.
Oh, Job's going for it, and Chepelevsky's going to shove him down onto the apron.
Oh, this isn't going to end well, I don't think. Rear quarter panel time, maybe.
Yeah, they survived that, but yeah, it looked like Stellion wanted to go for the move then, and as he was going down, Job was having a look on him as well. So
The fourth, Katz down the inside.
Andreas Katz isn't going to give up Alex 29th on the grid.
now he's quick in this corner as well. This is where he carries a lot of momentum. Look at the speed difference between them there. Chepelevsky's going to have to get the draft back to have a little look back into turn 1.
Katz was the man that defeated Stellion Chepelevsky back in season 3 to take his title, and now he's got past Stellion Chepelevsky in this second race.
Two
Now
laps to go.
let's see if he can get to those two cars in front. It's Sebastian Job and Mike Finneson battling over second places. Job runs out wide again and nearly hits the wall. That's going to compromise him speed-wise, and that's going to allow Katz and Chepelevsky to close in, who are having their own battle as we head into turn 3.
Chepelevsky up the inside. Drives it in hard. And actually manages to hold it beautifully down on the inside line. Gets a decent drive, nothing spectacular, and look at Job, he's pushing him down towards the bottom of the circuit. Sebastian Job and Stellion Chepelevsky going hell for leather for third place, the final spot on the podium.
Chepelevsky's got the inside, Job has got the outside line, and I think he might have to be careful that he doesn't go into the barriers. He gets out of the groove there, and he's going to lose another place to Katz, I think, and Katz could be getting past Chepelevsky.
And Dan Kraft's there as well. Could be anyone. Savinovic is going to win the race. He's coming through and he's going to take it. The championship leader, and then Thurston is going to take second. Who's going to be third? It looks like it's going to be Stellion Chepelevsky, but I'm not sure.
Who's going to get fourth?
Point, are they going to crash into each other? Coming across the line, they have, but they have survived to take the points. Katz in fourth, Job in fifth, Daniel Kraft in sixth.
What an ending. I didn't see those guys coming until about a lap or so ago. And yeah, Job ended up finishing in fifth. Finneson though, 33rd to second, and we thought Savidovic's 34th to 8th was good. 33rd to second.
I mean, he was helped by a few crashes and things in front, but he drove an excellent race. And actually, once he got to those guys there, Alex battling for second place, he just drove away from them easily.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a great pace. He was totally happy with the car out there as well. He was able to hold it around the outside and do all those great moves there. So, yeah, awesome.
If you're going to crash, Adam, the coming over the start-finish line isn't necessarily the worst place.
Checkers or wreckers springs to mind, I think.
Oh, that was checkers and wreckers.
Yeah.
At the same time. I mean, they just... I tell you what, that was some good racing though at the end.
Yeah, and what a final lap. I thought that Job just ran, I think the last 5 or 6 laps or so, Job's just not got the run on off of turn 2. That's probably because of his tyres giving up, and it meant that he was a sitting duck heading down the back straight, and that meant that in the end he ended up finishing in 5th place. But still, if you look at the cars that start, only one car in the top 10 started inside the top 10 in that race.
Yeah.
Savidovic 11th on the grid, Finneson 33rd, 27th for Chepelevsky, 29th for Katz, 31st for Sebastian Job, and then Kraft in 16th, Bond in 14th, Smith 10th, and Ashley Blakehood 15th. So that definitely shows you that this reverse grid has definitely increased the tempo in this kind of racing.
Adam, there were only 4 top 10 starters finishing inside the top 24. So that was a crazy race. You see, the last 10 retirements were, the cars who finished off the lead lap were 18th, 2nd, 19th, 8th, 1st, 17th, 12th, 6th, 7th and 5th. It was all that area where there was those massive accidents, and everyone else managed to get through.
I think that's the first time we've thrown up. I think this is the first time it's thrown up that the reverse grid has put the cars that aren't as quick at the front, and I think this is the first time we're seeing the quicker guys arriving on the scene and causing a whole lot of carnage. Yeah,
that's really what happened. They all crashed into each other, really. Alex, I reckon we should just put the final race on the road course just to mix things up a little bit.
Spice it up. Let's get out there.
Well, the cars that are eligible for the reverse grid for the final race are Robert Plumley, Jamie Rushworth, Alex Malensky, Colin Steele, Julian Janowski, Jay Wright, John Roberts, Dan Blake, Andrew Whitehead, David Baker, Stephen Burke, and Scott Malcolm. So who's going to be on who's going to be on pole position for the third race, Alex?
Yeah, let's just do our 3 test rolls. We're at 18, 23, and 26. Let them in a full car grid. We're going to go with 19th.
Julian Janowski.
Again, the second race running is 19th place.
And Julian Janowski on the pole with Colin Steele second, Alex Malensky third, and the pole man for race 1, Jamie Rushworth, in fourth with Robert Plumley in fifth. So Rushworth, I could say he's in the catbird seat for a race-free victory. However, starting inside the top 10 doesn't seem to help in these races.
He's probably the favourite here. But you never really know here at Motegi on the Neo Oval. Dennison, very, very quick. Laura Bond, she's been 5th and 7th today, so all sorts of people who could be really, really big factors in this next race. We'll be back for that very shortly, so we'll take a little break now. We'll be back for the third race just a few minutes' time here on BSR TV.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com. Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com. Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com. Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight.
We are back for the third race of the evening here at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. It's the BSRTC Pro Series, sponsored by Engine All Direct, Andrew Woodhouse with Alex Simpson and Adam Bath. And Adam, we have a night race on our hands.
It's amazing how dark it gets here in Japan so quickly. But yeah, let's run you through the grid then for our third and final race of the evening, just as the cars are getting ready to go out onto the racetrack. On the pole position, it is Julian Janowski with Colin Steele in second, Alex Smolensky in third, Jamie Rushworth in fourth, Robert Plumley is in fifth with Pete Newman in sixth, Richard Gore is in seventh place, eighth is Russell Laidler with Linus Bostrom in ninth, Ashley Blake Hood rounds out the top 10, 11th it is Stanimir Zuzov, 12th Paul Smith, 13th Laura Bond, 14th Daniel Kraft, 15th Sebastian Job, 16th Andreas Katz, 17th Stelian Chepelevsky, 18th Mike Finnison, 19th Wojciech Savridovic. So those 5 or 6 cars are the ones you need to watch out for in this third and final race. And then 20th it is Jay Wright, 21st it is John Roberts, 22nd Dan Blake, 23rd Andrew Whitehead, 24th our race 1 winner David Baker, 25th it is Stephen Burke, 26th Scott Malcolm, 27th Lee Thompson, 28th our race 2 pole sitter Steve Richardson, 29th Ellis Stevens, 30th Simon Field, 31st Steve Walker, 32nd Steve Hefford, and then rounding out our 33 car grid it is Eckhart von Glan. Jamie Rushworth, we were saying before the break, Andrew, he's starting in 4th. Surely he's got to be one to watch for to get an early lead and possibly pull away.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Rushworth, he did have very good pace in race 1. Smolensky's going to be up there, but I think he struggled a bit on the oval here tonight. You've got to look back towards Ashley Blake Hood as well in 10th. Laura Bond as well, Sebastian Job, Andreas Katz, all those guys. They've got a really good chance. Alex, this is going to look pretty spectacular under lights, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look pretty awesome actually. We did some testing just to make sure it wasn't going to be too dark, and so it looks pretty good there.
Looks really, really good, and Twin Ring Motegi looking spectacular here this evening here in Japan. So, this is round 33, I believe. Is that right? 32?
Now you're
asking the question. It's the 90 odd races we've got.
33. I had to quickly flip the screen over to see it, but yeah, it's 33.
Round 33 then of 90 odd. As the green flag flies for the final time tonight. Here at Motegi, and we're going forward into the first corner, Adam.
This is unbelievable. I've never seen so many cars, and with all these headlights everywhere, and this is surely not going to end well. How have they all made it through turns 1 and 2 safely?
Laidler's all over the place.
Here we go, off of turn 2. Let's see who's going to be in the best shape and one, who's going to keep it clean. We're heading down the back straight for the first time. All these headlights heading towards our cameras here and in towards turn 3. Rushworth, where is it?
Already?
Smoke, I see smoke at the front of the pack, but it's just Rushworth getting past Janowski.
Yeah, Rushworth, he got on the apron, I believe, Adam, and it just smoked the tyres a little bit. I think he's alright. Look at this gaggle. It really is a gaggle at Newman. Oh, down the inside of Smolensky. Smolensky closes the door.
Smolensky being ultra defensive there, and the battle for the lead still continues between Rushworth and Zuzov. Rushworth needs to be careful. Janowski, yes, all these GT Omega cars, and heading down the back straight towards turn 3. Rushworth on the outside, Janowski on the inside, into the corner. Look at Janowski turn it in.
Oh, Rushworth very, very wide.
And that's going to open the door for Smolensky to get through. And look at all these cars on the exit. Daniel Kraft, Sebastian Joe, Mike Finnison.
Wide now.
Mike Finnison up to 5th place already. What an amazing start.
On the inside, and Laidler makes contact with the Apex car.
How did they not go into the wall? And he's still making contact with the Laser Tools car. And he hits Joe. Joe gets a bit unsettled as we head off of turn 2.
Goodness. Alex, you've never seen anything like that going into turn 1 here at Motegi.
We're just trying to keep with the action and everything going everywhere at the minute.
Julian Janowski did continue to lead Adam, but he's gone very wide here. He's lost the lead now.
Yes, he has, and as Rushworth through. Smolensky second. Janowski is about to lose another place to Finnison, who's now up to 3rd place. This is quite extraordinary by Mike Finnison. And Daniel Kraft's cutting to the inside. What, very quick there by the Pete Newman Mediacon. He's going to get past his teammate, that is Pete Newman. So that's a change in position for 5th place. And he's now going to try and get past Finnison as Smolensky tries to get past Janowski as we head down the straight.
This is an unlikely renaissance, Adam, for Oven Glebe as well. Because we thought they were dead and buried as they didn't field any cars in the team race.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
Finnerson's here and he's doing a grand job. And somebody's Steve Walker, I think's in the waters there. He's in front of this gaggle here. Oh, Kraft!
To the inside.
Alex, to the inside.
Of Finnerson, and Finnerson newcomer, he has to give Kraft the room. Kraft's the man on the mission, it looks like. Kraft started in 14th place on the grid, so he's definitely working his way up through the pack, and Finnerson started 18th. So these two are the main chargers in this race. Finnerson third, Janowski second.
Oh, Smolenski from a mile back there comes diving in. Kraft, just you could just see him there. He just absolutely soiled himself and got it out of it in that corner. Just left so much room. He thought he was done for. I tell you.
That was a forceful move there. That's what you can say that. And Finnerson, he's still battling with Janowski. Janowski's done all right here to stay with these guys, and Finnerson especially because he's a fantastic pace. Rushworth about half a second clear now, Adam.
It's going to be interesting to see if Finnerson can close in on him, because they've been lapping relatively the same lap times as they did in qualifying, only 0.02 of a second separating them. Janowski, Smolenski out of control, he's on the apron, and he slides back up in front of Kraft.
Oh, he's going to come down.
Oh, and he's going to hit Newman. Newman's going to...
Oh, he's all over the place. Smolenski, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's not clear of any of this.
And Savidovic in the background fighting with Katz and Chepelevsky as we head into turn one.
And they're actually 3 or 4 wide behind them as well. In the middle where Lee Thompson is, I think. Oh, and contact there. Steele and Hefford, I think. That's for 22nd place, Alex.
Yeah, just on board with Colin Steele now as he goes round the outside
he's
there
lost
of
it.
Hefford.
He's lost it. It's gone very high. Oh, very high on the track there.
Well, for the lead, Rushworth had a bit of a problem. I saw smoke coming from the tyres, and it means that Finnerson is right with him as we head into turn one on lap number 8. 8 laps for Finnerson to gain 18 spots. That's quite incredible. Off of turn 2, is he going to get the run? He looks like he's got the car underneath him. Rushworth gets hit once, twice. Nearly gets sent into the wall, and Finnerson sadly had to get out of the throttle and he couldn't really get past, so Rushworth holds on to his lead for now.
Tell you what, it gets pretty dark, doesn't it, when on the back straight for these front runners, when there's nobody lighting the way. But onto the main straight again here. Twin ring Motegi. And
Chepelevsky battling with his teammates, and Savidovic trying to go through the middle. This is all to try and get inside the top 10. Laidler 11th, Stefan
Newman and Job as well. Sorry guys, as that just flashed up on the screen side by side.
Yeah, and Job on the outside. We saw how many times he got into the wall last time around, and who's that in front of them? That is Alex Smolenski in 5th. So Smolenski battling with the Apex Racing TV car and the Pete Newman car as we head into turn 3. Newman on the inside there, not able to get the move done, and that's going to allow his teammate Stephen Burke to try and get past, but Burke just goes a bit too high, can't get the run. And look at Newman, he's going to get a great exit off of turn 4. Job's managed to get past Smolenski, and now Newman's going to try and get past
Smolenski just
no, that is wrong.
Him. And he's I hate to say that, but I think he's deserved what came to him there.
Yeah, he tried to cut across and defend that line there, and
he was already there.
Newman was already there, and unfortunately, Newman knew that he didn't have any problems. That rear quarter panel was just begging.
He knew.
Yeah.
But Smolenski, I mean, that wasn't the first time though Alex Smolenski's done that same defensive move.
Yeah,
he did it earlier to Dunnison, I think.
Yeah, bit him hard this time. He won't be doing that again. Not in this race anyway.
Well, he said he didn't like the overladder, but I think that's just proved it, hasn't it, really?
Yeah. Battle for lead.
3 wide. Chepelevsky on the inside. Who else is that?
That's Plumley, Savidovic and Stephen Burke, all involved here in the battle for 10th as they head off the NASCAR turn 2. Savidovic needs to watch out because Stephen Burke is to the outside of him, but he's now going to try and go down the inside of Plumley into turn 3, and he's going to lunge in there, and he better not go. Oh, car smoking. Who's
Laidler just getting out of shape, but he's managed to collect it again.
And now they're going to be 3 wide again down the straight. Savidovic in the middle, Laidler to the outside, and Stelian Chepelevsky on the inside. A GT Omega sandwich as we head into turn 1. And it is Savidovic going around the outside of all of them. That is a fantastic move there, but it's not over.
But as he kept the momentum. Look at all this checking up, Alex. It's passing in closer and closer to each other. And Laidler's now bomb drafting with Chepelevsky. GT Omega teammates here.
Yeah, just trying to get Chapelevsky. He likes coming in really low into this turn 3, doesn't he? Just
Can attack it,
compromise his exit, but that car seems to be set up quite well to deal with that.
Back
A
in
little
the front
tighter
though.
though, isn't it? You can attack into there. Rushworth, sorry, yes.
Rushworth and Finneson were nudging each other. Well, Finneson was nudging Rushworth down the front straight, and Rushworth has to keep hold of the car. And Finneson's done that to Rushworth quite a bit through this race. He's desperate to get past, and they're coming up on lap traffic. This could play a part. Who's that in front? It is Steve Walker. What's Rushworth going to do? He's going to go and try and go to the inside, but Walker's not doing them any favours at the moment. And Finneson is still on the back of that Powermax car as we head onto the front straight.
There's no such thing as a blue flag in oval racing. So Steve Walker's entitled to go as fast as he can. He needs to stay, of course, within 2 laps of the leader in order to score points for his team.
Mike's actually lifting. We were just on board there with Mike, and I know there was traffic around, but it definitely looks like he's pretty content just to sit where he is at the moment and just wait for the right time to pounce. Maybe this is it, but you can see him again just pushing there. He's not looking like he wants to get past right now. Backs off before he goes into the corner. Sorry.
Janowski and Job battling each other, and Job's going to get a cut back on there. We said earlier we haven't seen that too many times in this race, and
here goes Ferguson, is it? Oh no, sorry. I thought he was going to go for the move, Adam. Sorry, and he decides not to.
Into turn 1, and Job looks like he's got his third place back, and Daniel Krafts is now going to try and get past Janowski as well. So Janowski, who looked like he was in third place less than a lap ago, now looks like he's going to slip down to 5th position if he's not too careful. Finneson again, just looking big in Jamie Rushworth's mirrors.
But he needs to get on with it because Sebastian Job isn't going to wait.
And here we go, the cream is starting to rise to the top. Sebastian Job's arriving on the scene. So is Savidovic in a few laps' time. So is Stelin Chapelevsky. So they're all starting to close in.
And now Mike realises he's got to go, Alex, because Job, we know Seb well, he doesn't wait around at all, does he, for anyone? No,
exactly that. And as soon as Mike gets an opportunity straight up the inside, he definitely was waiting side by side, Job and Jamie.
Dunnison's going to maybe have to go defensive here into this corner.
Kraft as well, looking on Janowski.
Job going for it.
Oh, and Dunnison's washed up the track.
Rushworth's going to try and get past him then.
Contact as well.
Yeah, it's Kraft and Blake Hood. Blake Hood looks like he's managed to hold on to it though. Nearly lost the car there.
And Savidovic just behind them in 7th place.
What lap times is Savidovic doing? 38.8, that's 3 tenths per second quicker.
38.0.
Yeah, 38.0 is, I just saw an 8 as the third digit counted. So yeah, he's lapping much quicker than the rest of this pack. He's not going to be long for, he's going to be on the scene, as now it's the turn of Finneson to be on the inside line, but he can't get past Rushworth. Rushworth and Job side by side.
Yep, for the lead. Job rounding outside of Rushworth. Rushworth has the car on the inside, he has the traction, but can he get alongside far enough? And Thunnison is there as well. We're just past half distance, so half the race still to go. And 3 wide. Yep, gotta watch it here.
You can get a run on the outside here, and this is what Job is doing, but Rushworth's going to try and fit it through the middle. I think he thinks better of it. Job's going a bit too wide, he needs to be careful he doesn't hit that wall, he nearly does.
Oh, he has, no he did. He definitely did hit it.
And now it's Finneson on the outside, Rushworth on the inside into turn 3. Rushworth hard on the brakes. Finneson doesn't have a good entry into the corner. It's all about that exit, and I think Job's going to try and get past into second.
Sebastian's used Rushworth as a blocker to get past Thunnison. Thunnison couldn't turn into the corner and defend from Job. Job now on the inside. That's me.
Savidovic, the only car in the top half dozen, lapping in the 37s. That's how quick he's going.
Yeah, now he's only 6 tenths of a second behind this group.
Job in the wall.
In the wall, but maintaining most of his momentum. Alex, we haven't mentioned Janowski since the start, and there he goes.
Yeah, all of a sudden wants a little piece of this battle as well, and shoves it straight in there and moves himself up into 3rd place.
And dropping down the order for a little bit, and now he's fighting his way back up once again. He was in 5th, and now he's going to be in 3rd as we head into turn 1. Rushworth and Job side by side as Savidovic has finally arrived on the scene with 11 laps to go.
How impressive is this from Janowski? Adam, he finished 19th in the last race. He was handed the reverse grid pole. He's mixing it with these guys, and he's hanging with them really well.
Fantastic job from him. Great to see him in the... Usually we see his GT Omega teammates up in the front of the pack, but it's good to see him there as well as Finlayson now going for the lead.
Oh, and he's hit Savinovic, but Job's in the wall and he's on his roof.
Yeah,
Was it
Job hit Kraft there, I think.
Yeah, Job hit Kraft and...
Job hit Kraft, Janowski hit Savinovic, Janowski survived, and Job didn't.
So that we've eliminated one of those cars. We've now got a 4-car breakaway in this pack. It is Mike Finlayson, Jamie Rushworth, Daniel Kraft and Wojciech Savinovic. These look like the guys that are going to be fighting it out for the win unless Janowski can close in.
Just quickly, looking back from that, we've got a battle of race winners left, right and centre here. In 6th place, Baker. 7th place, Simon Field. Then it's Chepelewski, then it's Katz, then it's Plumley, then it's Laidler. All previous race winners, I believe.
Off a turn 4, a free wide. Savinovic has finally arrived and he's now going to try and go for the lead. We're on lap number 22 of 31 here, and Daniel Kraft trying to go to the outside. Savinovic on the inside through turn 1. Finlayson's going to try and hang it around the outside. Surely Finlayson's going to get the run off of turn 2, but Savinovic now through into 2nd place for now.
He is, and this is going to be a right battle royal as Rushworth disappearing there momentarily. From the accident, Kraft looking to the inside of Finlayson, but he decides not to bother.
Finlayson down to 3rd and Savinovic up into 2nd. Savinovic was 0.3 of a second quicker than Rushworth last time around. Lap times are a bit irrelevant though on this racetrack, as here we go. Here comes Finlayson.
Ooh, that was a late change by Savinovic, wasn't it?
You could say he was trying to go on the attack there. He was really attacking and defending at the same time. Finlayson holding the inside line though. So Rushworth's going to be on his own here on the outside line as we head down the back straight. What's Finlayson going to do? He's going to go for the middle, I think, as we head down into turn 3. That's not going to end well if Rushworth comes down and Finlayson gets out of it just a little bit. The car wobbles as he heads through turn 3 and now through turn 4.
It's also slowed Kraft up slightly, Adam. He had to brake in the middle of that corner. Alex, seeing anything interesting out there? Sorry, we haven't come to you for a while. Finlayson's going on the inside of Savinovic, but he can't make it stick.
No, just watching this front battle, there is a lot of stuff going on further back, but this is where it's all at. We're just 8 laps to go.
Turn 2 then, Rushworth on the outside once again, and Kraft is now going to try and get past Finlayson, because Finlayson was a bit compromised there. The way the angle that he entered into turn 1 meant that he's lost a bit of speed, but he's got it all back heading into turn 3, trying to go back down the inside of Kraft. Savinovic though for the lead. Rushworth has lost it now, and Savinovic has got the lead.
He's got a run though, Adam. Rushworth.
Here he goes, over the line, 7 laps to go.
Savinovic
2
all
by
over
2.
them, weaving around a little. What
It's
a great
turn
night
1.
race this has been.
Kraft round the outside of Finlayson and now trying to go past Rushworth. I don't think that's going to work. Rushworth using a bit of the apron there to just try and find the best possible grip in his
Great
Optima.
run out. Great exit from Rushworth. He's back alongside Savinovic, and Finlayson is going to make it 3 wide nearly.
Into turn 3, Savinovic holds that inside line but goes up a bit. Finlayson has got the most inside line there out of the 3 of them, and he's going to get a good run off turn 4. Savinovic defending the inside line as he has been for the last few laps. They're nearly against the pit wall. That's how much Savinovic is defending, and Finlayson to the outside. Kraft watching as well. This could end in tears between Rushworth and Savinovic. The 2 of them going side by side through turn 1.
It usually doesn't though, Adam. They're both very clean, they're both very good. Former champions.
Here we go off of turn 2, 5.5 laps to go. Savinovic this time on the inside of Rushworth. Finlayson trying to cut back and get past Savinovic, and I think Finlayson, once he gets past Savinovic, could have a shot of winning this, but he's just putting such a good defence, Savinovic. Rushworth goes wide.
Alex, that slowed Wojciech down, didn't it?
Yeah, big time actually. We're going to be 3 wide.
The wall.
Kraft 4 wide.
Oh, here we go.
4 wide. But Savinovic doesn't know who to try and block off. He's going for Kraft now.
He went for both of them. It's like American football, an offensive lineman deciding who he wants to take out. But Finlayson's pushing on Kraft. He's trying to loosen the rear end of that Peter Newman media car, and he very nearly manages it. And Savinovic on that top line. Alex getting a slipstream off Rushworth.
Yeah, that worked well. I'm calling Janowski for the win at this point. These guys are getting a bit tasty up here.
He might win it in his own right. There's still 4 laps to go. He's caught up to the back of this lot as well. Again. Alex, what does Rushworth have to do to beat Savinovic here? I believe Savinovic is the fastest man out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to say what he's got to do really, because the slipstream's so enormous. He just needs to try and place his car in the best possible position on that last lap to get a
Fantastic
run.
run.
He's got to get it. I think he's got to jump him on the last lap.
Here we go then.
He definitely can't wait.
Yeah, he had a fantastic run through turn 2, and you just don't know what's going to happen. As Kraft to the inside of Rushworth. Rushworth needs to be careful. He doesn't go too high.
That scared the bejesus out of Rushworth, didn't it? And that might just allow Savinovic the opening he needs here. Oh, into the wall, Janowski. I think he's all right, but he'll have damage on the. He's got damage.
I think it might be a problem. It's crabbing. That's his. Well, that's.
It's not over for him. He's got 3 laps left, but it's going to be a difficult one now for him.
This is the most settled we've seen the top 4 then this time
he's
around.
All right. I think. I say he's all right. He's on the apron. He's down, and I think he'll get
there. Here comes
there.
Rushworth. Savinovic just got a terrible run off of turn 2, and Rushworth's going for it. Rushworth down the inside with 2.5 laps to go, but Savinovic, look at him swooping around the outside there. But Rushworth's got the inside line as we're coming up on a bit of smoke, but it doesn't look like it's going to affect them as Finnerson's going to get past Savinovic. 2 laps to go.
Savinovic he has to make sure that he doesn't come down too hard on Thunnison.
Into turn 1 then. Finnerson's got the inside line. Savinovic going to try and go around the outside. 2 laps to go here at Motegi in the final race of the evening here. Under the lights. Off of turn 2. Daniel Kraft might be sitting pretty here. He's got a good run off of turn 2. Finnerson clears Savinovic. And Daniel Kraft's going to go down the inside of Savinovic. But is he going to go down the inside of Finnerson?
Finnerson with a late dive. And he's pushed up, and there's someone in front with a blown engine, I believe, and that's just going to add to the drama. The white flag is in the air, and Jamie Rushworth leading onto the final lap now. They've got to set them up, they know that. Thunnison not making a move on Kraft because he doesn't want to jeopardise their chance. Kraft holding that Pete Newman media car to the bottom of the circuit. Alex, it's anybody's now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all going to be about this last corner. It's getting very tasty now. Savinovic got a good run as well.
Rushworth's going defensive. I think he's going to do it here, Jamie Rushworth. And round the outside, Thunnison, it's going to look really good for him. Can he get second place? Savinovic is going to go round, but they say, he's hit the wall. He's too much for him. And Jamie Rushworth has taken it.
Finnerson's second. By how much? They're refreshing now. 0.3 of a second win.
What a race!
That's going in the BSRTC archive. That's one of the best races we've seen over the 9 seasons we've been doing this. What a race!
Baker in 5th, Field in 6th, Chepelevsky 7th, Katz 8th, Ellis Stevens 9th, Russell Layla in 10th. Alex Simpson, that was a stunner under the floodlights.
Yeah, cracking race actually. All 3 of them should have been under the floodlights. It just seemed to open up the race that much more. The guys had so much more confidence with the car, and fantastic out there.
Once again, if you look at the finishing order, only 2 cars started inside the top 10, and
that was astonishing, Adam. That was really, really good racing from everyone.
Yeah, we said we worried back at 5 laps to go would end in tears. However, these guys are probably some of the best drivers we've seen in the championship. Mike Finnerson, wonder if he's going to be like this on this kind of form every single week when we head back to the road course.
I hope he sticks with us, because that was a brilliant series of races for him. Let's have a look at some of the winners from today. I mean, David Baker had a really good meeting. A second race wasn't that good for him, but 3 excellent results for Savinovic, 3 top 10s. Rushworth was up there. Katz was steady. Stevens likewise. I think a lot of drivers, Alex, are going to be very proud of their performances tonight. I think in an unusual setting, it has to be said.
Yeah, absolutely, very different from the norm. A lot of drivers with some terrible luck again. Also some with some great luck as well. So this is the thing with the ovals; it does spice it up something crazy. So, but yeah, in the end, some of the drives that we saw today, Savinovic coming through, and Mike in the second race as well. We've just seen some epic drives as well. From the back to the front. So it's just been it's been a great meeting, and I think as a random event, this will be put on the calendar again for the next season.
I think this needs to return. It was excellent.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think next time we come to Motegi, everyone's going to be more prepared, and it's going to be even better.
Sadly, that's the last oval race, I think, of the season as
It
well.
was. We do still have Leaders' Choice, which I do remind people can be any course that they like. So,
well, next week we head to Road
We'll
Atlanta,
see.
so they like
Yeah.
to they like to make us travel on the BSRTC. We're heading back to America.
yes. I mean, Road Atlanta, Adam. What do you make of it? I mean, it's fast and flowing, and it's got some tight corners as well. A couple of good overtaking options into tight chicanes.
Yeah, I think that's the first. This is the first for the BSRTC as well. I think it's the first time we'll be racing at Road Atlanta. It's going to be interesting to see how the guys set up the cars once again. You've got that flowing section at the beginning of the lap, then you've got that superly long back straight heading in towards the chicane at the end of the lap, which is probably going to be one of the main overtaking opportunities. And I predict that's where we're going to see some of the best racing on the racetrack. All the guys slipstreaming down into the chicane.
I believe that we have seen. I mean, we've covered on Apex Racing TV, Alex. We've covered some GP260, I believe, at Road Atlanta, and there's controversy there. There was good racing, some late dives into the chicane. Have you got much experience of that American track there?
Yeah, it's not one of my favourites. It's just in a way, it's just a track that I've always really struggled to get quite up to speed on, and there's a couple of cars that I spent some time there and actually done that, but not had particularly good results out of it. The World Cup comes to mind, just
Yes.
not too long ago. If anyone saw that, you would have seen me doing some triple axle half tuck, whatever it was, in
Okay.
turn 3.
Yeah, I was covering
yeah,
that race as well.
it is a good circuit for racing, actually, and I had a fantastic battle there just a few weeks back in the Dallara with Naruko Ishida, and I tell you, we were exchanging positions all over the place, and that last corner, yeah, that is going to definitely be the one. You can get the move done round the outside, on the inside, you can defend either way as well. The chicane there, it's at such a it's wide, but it's also quite tight as well. That's the thing. So
Yeah,
you'll see some great battles through there next week.
because we could see a move being done into the chicane, but then the person on the outside could get it back on the second part of the chicane, and then you have that run over the top of the hill into the final corner, and that could throw quite a few interesting possibilities, especially on the final lap if the two of them are side by side for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, the whole night was really, really good action. I for one can't be. I must admit the oval was nice. I can't wait to be back on the road courses next week. So we will see you later. We'll see you next time here on BSR TV. This series keeps getting bigger and better. Onwards and upwards for the BSRTC. Later.